Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Lisa Booker.
And I'm Fatima. We have a packed show for you tonight, kicking off with an update on what's going on in Oxford, and later on, a look at some national news you won't want to miss.
Well, before we dive into tonight's news, I have to say the weather we've been experiencing all weekend and today has been perfect.
It really has, and I just have to shout out the perfect tiger hunting weather we had on Saturday, which made beating LSU even better.
It really did. Now let's check in with our weather anchor, Dennis Kaya, for a look at our current conditions.
Good afternoon, Rebels. I'm Dennis Kaya out here with the current conditions. It's pretty clear, it's pretty hot, a little bit of some wind, but we'll get back with more weather back at the desk.
It was quite the exciting weekend here in Oxford. But after party celebration on Saturday night on Highway 6 caused a public safety hazard. Early Sunday morning, deputies responded to Castle Hill after an event hosted by social media personality Alabama Barker drew a crowd that outnumbered the venue's parking capacity, causing attendees to park along Highway 6. This created a dangerous situation for both drivers and pedestrians. All vehicles parked on the highway were towed, and buses were brought in to bring partygoers back to Oxford. According to Sheriff Joey East, both the owners of Castle Hill and the promoter of the event will be held accountable.
Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch announced the completion of Operations Fence Up, a two-day human trafficking operation conducted in Oxford. Operation Fence Up took place on September 24th and 25th. The operation resulted in 7 arrests and the recovery of 5 human trafficking victims. According to the Mississippi Attorney General's office, since the launch of Be the Solution initiative, the human trafficking team has conducted searches leading to the rescue of 375 victims and led to 178 arrests. The University of Mississippi Department of Parking and Transportation has now opened a new parking lot and expanded Oxford University Transit shuttles. Many students here know that there are 2 permit passes, commuter red and blue. Commuter red lots are typically located farther from on-campus destinations and are priced at $100, while commuter blue lots are closer to the center of campus and priced at $300. Students with either of these passes are in for a treat as they can now park in the overflow lot at the South Campus Recreation Center. And the Department of Parking Transportation is working with the associated student body to make changes to the OUT shuttle system.
Now, if you've been on campus recently, you have definitely noticed that homecoming campaigns are well underway.
Students are running for the titles of Mr. and Miss Ole Miss Homecoming, King and Queen, as well as positions like classmates and campus favorites.
Voting for all of these titles will take place tomorrow, and you can cast your vote by logging into your My Ole Miss account, clicking on the search button, and searching voting.
Good luck to all the students running.
Everyone knows home football games always draw large crowds and excitement into town, but this weekend, Oxford residents had more than just football festivities to attend.
That's right, Fati. The Oxford Vintage Market took place yesterday at Harrison's Yard. Newswatch reporter Daisy Leary was on the scene to get all the details.
I had the privilege to go to Oxford Vintage Market at Harrison's Yard, where I got to connect with the community on a deeper level and meet all the up-and-coming businesses around Mississippi. They hosted about 19 businesses selling everything vintage. I talked with Brooksham, and even though he got some low-balling customers, he says they are what makes this business fun.
I know all these guys. It's just fun to get out here and hang out and meet new people.
Nathan started selling online about a year ago, and it's thriving. Even though he's based out of Memphis, he said it's still worth traveling to form connections with people just like him.
I did the last one. This is my first time in Oxford. It was my last event, and it was just such a good vibe. A lot of people came out, and this one's better. So, yeah, it's just, my boy Nick and see everybody else around here are great vendors, really good friends of ours.
The owner himself, Nick, has been selling vintage clothes for about 5 years. He decided to take big steps and form a community of people with Oxford Vintage Market, where small businesses can get together and sell items. He's been all over, but always finds himself staying in Oxford because he likes the southern vibe, saying everyone is So nice and super talkative.
I used to do vintage markets here a while back, and then the people who were running that one, they moved. So it kind of opened up a space for me, and I just thought, it would be good vibes. I wanted to bring a place where people can buy cool clothes and get into the fashion scene and listen to some good music, get some drinks and food along the way.
Reporting for Newswatch Ole Miss, I'm Daisy Leary.
So Lisa, what was the highlight of your weekend?
Well, besides going to the LSU game and seeing a great tiger hunt, I went to the Oxford Vintage Market and I saw a beautiful face there, and that face was Spotty.
I also saw Lisa there. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, and speaking of cool things and maybe possibly temperatures, let's head over to Dennis to tell us a little more about tonight's conditions.
Well, you're definitely right on that segue. It is getting much cooler tonight and for the rest of the week, but we'll get more on that weather after break.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back. To learn from the pioneers and trailblazers.
To gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels, that's a love we can all fight for. Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Hello, Ole Miss. Another fresh week of weather and more news from yours truly, Dennis Kaya, bringing it to you today with an 87-degree cold day with some cloudy conditions with wind blowing in from the southwest at 6 miles an hour, but no precipitation. We've already had that run from the weekend. And for tonight, not tonight. For the rest of the region, it's getting pretty hot. It's warming up, but as we usually are, we are pretty cool in the 87, but for the rest of the region, it's still heading up those 90s. So it is getting real hot. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, like, we're supposed to be getting into fall and winter, but it's still scorching hot. I can't stand that. But of course, tonight, as I mentioned, it is going to be pretty cool tonight, 63 degrees. It's going to be clear with some nice winds, but of course, there's no precipitation because, it's all dried out. We'll get more on that later, though. But tomorrow, bringing to you 84 degrees. Again, clear skies, some high winds blowing in from the northeast, and zero precipitation. Now, here's the kicker here. So the rest of the region here, as you can see, we're always the coolest. We're the coolest in the entire region. So we're getting that 86 degrees. The rest, 87, 89, and I can't even stand getting 90 degrees. That's too much for me, personally. Now, here's another story for you. Here we have a tropical storm map that I've put together here. So the special thing I wanted to bring to you is there's no precipitation because a lot of it is being blown in and sucked in because of these two storms we have here. So as you can see here watch this. Can you see that? So as you can see here, we have these two tropical storms brewing in, and they're starting to blow in towards the United States. And these two storms are being actively monitored, and they're already being named. As you can see, the first one here, up here we have Imelda, and the second one, absolutely beautiful name. Look at this. We have Humberto. Yeah, these two storms are being actively monitored, and as you can see here in the yellow, this means that this rainfall is getting real severe, so it's turning into more like an eye, like a hurricane. But as I said, we're actively monitoring them to make sure that they're not turning into a Category 5 and hitting us hard. As of that, we already have a problem with tornadoes. But that's about it for the hurricanes and storms like that. The rest of the week is looking pretty hot. The rest of the evening, though, it's getting much colder. So that's the only thing that we have looking forward to us is some nice cold evenings, nice breath of fresh air. Speaking of hurricanes, have you guys ever been in a hurricane?
I have not, because I'm from North Mississippi.
Same here.
Yeah, but, I've grown up here all my life in Mississippi, but, we've got some crazy weather here, but some even crazier weather is probably in the country of Trinidad.
Wait, isn't that the name of one of our football players?
It is actually, and he was throwing some heat this past week, and that's probably why you felt a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah.
But the Rebels are throwing darts, and we're happy to say we took the number 4 spot. We have 3 awards and 1 AP National Award. All of this and more when we come back.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Macy Ivy with All Things Sports. 3 Ole Miss football players won SEC awards for the week, the conference announced this morning. One of those being punter Oscar Bird, who won Freshman of the Week. Bird punted 4 times for an average of 47.5 yards per attempt. QB Trinidad Chambliss was the second to win an award with Offensive Player of the Week. Chambliss accounted for 385 yards of offense for the Rebels and threw for 314 yards. The last Rebel to win an award was right guard Patrick Kudas with Offensive Lineman of the Week. Kudas was part of the Rebels' offensive line that allowed 0 sacks, which has not been done against a top 5 team since 2019. Speaking of our amazing athletes, Mally Chase Faulkner was on the field to catch all of the action.
This is Mally Chase Faulkner with Newswatch Ole Miss, and it's Ole Miss versus LSU at the Vault.
Ole Miss edged out LSU 24-19 in a gritty Magnolia Bowl bash. The Rebels piled up 480 total yards to just 254 for LSU and held the Tigers to just 2 of 11 on third downs. Quarterback Trinidad Chambliss torched the LSU defense, 314 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, and added 71 yards on the ground. Top receiver Caden Lee hauled in 4 catches for 70 yards in the score. On defense, Ole Miss was relentless. Perkins led the way with 7 tackles, and Will Eccles delivered a key sack. And Wadette Williams Jr. came up big, picking off a pass to swing momentum towards the Rebels. Late in the game on 4th and 3, Chambliss found Daquan Wright wide open to ice it. and Ole Miss knelt out the clock to seal the win. With the dominant showing, the stage is set. And now let's hear from Lane Kiffin on why it's so difficult for defenses to sack Trinidad Chambliss.
Rarely gets sacked. I'm not taking away from the offensive line, but he's got really quick feet and good awareness around him, good pocket presence.
What a showdown between Ole Miss and LSU. A huge 24-19 win tonight for the Rebels. This is Mallory Chase Faulkner with Newswatch Ole Miss.
Quarterback Trinidad Chambliss, the new hero of Ole Miss football, was named the Associated Press National Player of the Week. Chambliss accounted for 385 yards in this past Saturday's win against the previously ranked number 4 LSU Tigers. The QB went 23 of 39, passing for 314 yards and 1 touchdown. Chambliss is the first Ole Miss QB to throw for 300 yards in each of his first 3 starts since Jordan Te'amu in 2017. His performance helped push the Rebs up to number 4 in the nation, the highest the Rebs have been since 2015. And keeping things on the field, well, the playing field is changing up in these next few years. Sports reporter Nina Howdeshell was there to talk us through all of the changes and what students think.
On September 23, 2025, the Southeastern Conference announced its permanent football opponents for the 2026 through 2029 season. This announcement came out alongside the implementation of the new 9-game in-conference schedule.
I think the permanent opponents thing it's huge because it builds rivalries, it builds, it amps up the games more, helps the fans get into it.
However, the change has added a new competitive balance across the conference that is pleasing to many. Today, we're asking students on the campus how they're feeling about this new change.
I agree with it. I think it makes sense. I wish we could have seen Tennessee a little bit earlier, but at least in my time here. But it'll be fun. I like to see Mizzou next year, and then the 3 permanents make a lot of sense. We're still going to play our rivalry games, and that's about it, yeah.
Okay, so Mississippi State and LSU are kind of obvious, and then Oklahoma is not a traditional opponent, so it's kind of weird.
What do you think about the permanent opponent stuff?
I mean, listen, it's a great thing to, I don't know.
And it's just like they're permanent opponents. Like, you see them every year, see them every time. You just get more hype, and it gets the fans more into it. It gets the players more into it. It makes them hate each other. It's just better overall. It helps them out, gets them ready for the games, and permanent opponents. It's awesome.
Look, Doug Sullivan Gonzalez here. I really think State and LSU are great. We should have had Arkansas totally because the Razorbacks are the opponent, and they gave us Oklahoma. But, I went to the University of Texas at Austin. I really don't like Oklahoma.
Former Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart made his first start for the Big Blue on Sunday night. Dart had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and ran for 54 yards, making him the first QB to do so since Tim Tebow in 2010. The former Reb also gave the New York Giants their first win of the season against the undefeated Los Angeles Chargers, which no starting QB has pulled off in 23 years. The Giants take on the New Orleans Saints this Sunday, where we'll see if Dart takes the start once again. There's a couple yards of updates for the Ole Miss football team and alumni. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Macy, for that sports update.
Coming up after this short break, we are talking all things national news. Newswatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Here's your challenge. How many riders in green jump the ramps? Go. 5 riders in green jumped the ramps. But did you notice the unicyclist? How about the hidden message? Did you see that? Did you notice the man dropping the suspicious backpack? Your next challenge? Be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rhett.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. There are so many different things to explore or make use of right here on campus, one of them being the Career Closet. This resource is here to help students look and feel confident through the power of business clothes. Let's check out the full story with Newswatch reporter Cade Tripp.
The Career Closet has opened its doors for this semester. Though it may not be widely known, the closet could be considered a hidden gem for Ole Miss students.
I think the Career Closet is a gem at the school that a lot of people don't know about it. And the reason that I say that is because we are providing our students with the resources to feel confident and look professional in a professional setting. And it is as easy as coming in for even 15 to 30 minutes to find something that works for you, and then it's yours forever.
The Closet is a donation-based resource that can be extremely helpful to students. They can offer style tips and help students properly dress for any formal occasion, whether it's interviews, dinners, or just to have in general.
I mean, it's just a place where you can grab clothes. I feel like it'd be really good for interviews and like just having stuff to wear to like maybe nice restaurants, stuff like that. And also, for the business school, having a suit and like everything you need to wear is big. So
one problem they're facing is simply students not knowing about it.
Making it know more, like try to get like Ole Miss maybe to post it, like one of their accounts, talk to fraternities, sororities about it. That would be a good way to get big.
Although it is technically off campus, it is still relatively close, being at the Oxford South Center, which is about a 5-minute drive from campus. If you can't find your way, there are plenty of friendly staff willing to help. The Closet is open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. Reporting for Newswatch Ole Miss, I'm Cade Tripp.
Thank you, Cade. Now, moving into headlines impacting the nation. This weekend, there was a shooting in a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Michigan. The gunman ran his truck into the chapel, opened fire, and then set the building on fire. While the gunman was taken down by police within minutes of the event, he left 4 deceased and 8 injured. All others have been accounted for. Here's what Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer had to say following the incident.
As a state, we know the pain of this too well. We've seen gun violence in our schools, stores, parades, festivals, and our houses of worship. These are places that we go to feel connected, to feel safe, to be together. But today, this place has been shattered by bullets and broken glass. And this might be a familiar pain, but it hurts all the same. Every time. We cannot keep living our lives like this.
In more national news, in Austin, Texas, police have used DNA technology to reveal a big break in a cold case. In December 1991, 14 girls were found shot and burned at a I Can't Believe It's Yogurt shop. Over 30 years later, police have used DNA evidence to name Robert Eugene Brashers as a suspect of the crime. The alleged killer's DNA has been connected to murders and rapes across the country. Brashers killed himself during a police standoff in 1999. And attorneys for the accused killer of Charlie Kirk appeared in court today. Tyler Robinson has racked up 7 charges, including murder. He appeared in court virtually. The reason for the appearance was to ask the judge to schedule another hearing in 30 to 60 days, saying they need time to review what the prosecutors call a substantial amount of discovery to the case. The hearing is set for October 30th, where Robinson will appear in person. That concludes our national news update. Back to you at the desk, Lisa.
Thank you, Fati. Coming up, we're gearing up for what I think is the best time of year, Halloween, of course. Newswatch Ole Miss will be right back.
And just like that, she starts to grin. A special flame's been lit within. The spark of something new begins. There's something in the water. On her own, she's in the zone. Determination can't be thrown. Resilience building in her bones. There's something in the water. With her gator on and her waders on, she can tackle anything till dawn. There must be something in the water. On and off the boat she flies. The sky's the limit. She's soaring high. She's a force of nature on the rise. There's something in the water.
Just try one. If you don't like it, it's easy to give up.
Uh-oh, nicotine. I'd better move fast. Up and away!
Go on, kid, go on.
Superman, is it hard to give up smoking or is it easy like nicotine says?
You no good windbag, nicotine.
No, Superman. Leave me one. Please, I need one. Just...
That's how hard it is. And that's why I never say yes to a cigarette.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
stressed,
weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less,
eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Awkward.
Halloween is just 32 days away, which means if you haven't already started, it's time to start thinking about what you're going to wear for Halloween.
I know, I'm thinking of something cute from The Wizard of Oz. And I'm still searching for couples costume ideas.
Well, lucky for us, entertainment anchor Cassidy Rickley has some inspiration for costumes you can do this year.
Thanks, guys. I'm Cassidy Rickley, and even though it's still about a month away, I know everyone's starting to have Halloween on the brain. With it being on a Friday this year, you'll need a full weekend's worth of costumes. I want to show some of the costume ideas for everyone still brainstorming on what to be. 2025 has been the year of movies, and for Halloween, it's a common theme to stay on trend for what came out this year. And this year, there have been so many different ideas surfacing for the best costume. Starting off, everyone is raving about Wicked. The Wicked movie has so many great characters to dress up as, whether it's Glinda, Elphaba, the Wizard, and you can't forget about all the other iconic characters in the storyline. Moving on, but still staying on the movie theme, Spider-Man or really any other superhero costume has always been such a solid choice, and you could bring your own style into it. That could be a cape, a shield, colored contacts, and so much more. Lastly, I know money can be tight for some college students, so throwing on a jersey and being your favorite football or baseball player is always such a fun and affordable costume. Halloween is my favorite time of the year, so I'm loving all these trends and ideas and can't wait to see what everyone dresses up as this year. Stay tuned for next week with your fall favorite trends right here on Newswatch Ole Miss. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Cassidy. Well, that's all we have for tonight. I'm Fatiba.
And I'm Lisa Booker with your latest news.
I'm Dennis Kaya with Stormwatch.
And with Sports Watch, I'm Macy Ivy. Thank you for watching Newswatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Good night.